Alrighty, what's going on, chaps? So before I even start the video, I just want to say sorry for the fact that I had not uploaded like maybe like a week and a half. My computer started acting up, and I genuinely thought I was gonna have to just completely buy a new PC. Unfortunately, I didn't. But the good thing is that everything's up and running again, so now I can resume to making DVD videos again. But today I decided to do a more unique one, at least in the terms of my channel, right? And that is a tier list. I haven't really done a tier list, I think, in my channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do just the average tier list right now, that being the killer tier list. So Trapper is literally like the poster boy of the game, and he is garbage. It sucks genuinely to see. He is just honestly bottom of the, like, probably the worst in my opinion. I still think he is the worst no matter what you do to him, unless they completely rework him. Just having to go pick up all your traps and everything, and yes, they've done more buffs to that, like, oh yes, they spawn closer to the generators and everything, but at the end of the day, like, he still has to go pick them up. You know what I mean? And like at the end of the day, also, there's a lot of things that can counter that bear trap for the most part. Like, literally, you put it on a pallet. If you don't put it in the exact location, that's it. They could just drop a pallet over it, and they can continuously vault for it. And even then, they can sometimes wedge themselves into it, depending. If you put it ever so slightly to the right instead of like in the center, that's it. The server's gonna be able to wedge themselves in, like, from the right. Him having all his traps would maybe make him a little Skomerchy like. So I just think he needs to rework completely. Something different in a way. And I know that would be changing the character, but it's either he stays at the bottom of tier list for like the end of time, or he changes. So now we move on to Wraith. Wraith is he did get some buffs a while back and everything, so he's not the worst. He can also, well, when I used to, well, not when I used to, but when I played Wraith, I used to do the hit and run. I liked it. It was fun. But then they nerfed Sloppy Butcher, and then I was just like, oh, that kind of basically like killed that entire like build. But I feel like when it was hit and run, he was pretty strong. Obviously, I think Wraith is what empowers him is your build. You have a really like nasty build catered for Wraith. He is literally well, not insane, right? But he's pretty strong. So I would say for the time being, maybe like, it's gonna look weird right now, but I'm gonna say probably like low B, maybe high C. And then there's hillbilly. I might be biased here because I'm a Billy main, but, well, actually no. Bias would mean that I put him at the top of S. Well, I don't think he is S anymore. After they've been slowly nerfing him, and like he hasn't really gotten anything in return, which maybe he doesn't really he doesn't need it. But yeah, I think he's fine at high A. I would put him at high A so far. So he's it's debatable because what's his name? Tokyo Ghoul is still pretty good, but that's when we get to Tokyo Ghoul. Anyways, Nurse. Okay, well, that's an easy one. We don't even need to explain. Literally teleports to walls, teleports to anything they want. Easy. Easy S tier. Best killer in the game. Then Michael Myers. Okay, so Michael Myers got some buffs. I know that. So they made him slightly better, but it was just numbers for the most part. And I think for the most part, like, not gonna lie, this buff got like, or these buffs or slash quote unquote rework was hyped just for it to be kind of like lackluster for the most part. I think the tombs stayed the same. So maybe some people consider that good. I don't know, but his add-ons are quite boring still, for the most part. But yeah, I don't really think he changed that much. Honestly, is he better than but is he better than, oh, he's for sure better than Trapper now, but is he better than Wraith? Yeah, he is slightly better, I would, well, Yeah, because of the instant down and the fact that it got buffed. So I'll put him like maybe like right next to Wraith if I don't decide to change Wraith to bottom or top of C. Now Hag. Hag is actually really strong if you know how to play her. Well, not too hard, but well, it depends. But yeah, Hag is actually really strong. She but like she has to play in a really sucky way in order to be strong. She has to play like the campy play style. If she doesn't play that, she's not gonna be too strong. If she tries, I guess, if she tries to play the quote unquote fun way, um, yeah, it's gonna be much harder. But let's say you're playing the boring optimal way. She is pretty strong, so I'm gonna actually put her like maybe like around either mid A or low A for the time being. But yeah, she is pretty strong, I would say. Um, like I said, I'm considering when you play her the most boring way. So then here comes Doctor. Doctor, honestly, I think to me, Doctor's like the middle, like just actually bare middle. He has enough things that makes him good, but he also has some, like for example, he has he has some kind of slowdown, that being the madness. He also has some way of detecting people, that being the big shock. And then he also has a chase power. They're all not necessarily the strongest, right? Like it's not the best slowdown. It's not the best chase power. It's not the best area, I guess, intel, more like that's a correct word. I think he's just honestly like in the middle for me. So I would just say like he's straight up right now top of B. Maybe what a no. I don't think killers should strive to be top of B. I think most killers should strive to be in A, to be honest. Yeah, that's where they should be. S is maybe you're too strong. Like Billy was way too strong with the like pre rework or like oh no, not starting a pre. Like literally fresh out of rework, he was too strong. I'll admit that, and he needed to be nerfed. And now he's at A in my opinion. And that's the balance. But yeah, that's besides the point. Huntress. Huntress is not bad. She's still solid. But the maps, man, the maps also get to you. Like she is so map reliant, kind of like Billy in a way. But I guess also with me, with Billy, I've gotten used to not being so weighed down by those maps. And I feel like a lot of Huntress mains or people just in general, if you're consistently playing Huntress, you'll eventually get used to like adapting to those kinds of maps and you'll find a way. But yeah, I'm gonna say like low A. No, no, he's well, she's still better than Hag. No, she's better than Hunt. She's not better than Billy, but she's not better than Hags. I mean, she is better than Hags, so I'll put her right there right now. Bubba. Honestly, I haven't seen too much on Bubba recently. I just know that they like give him like a loads of buffs. Yeah, I don't know much about him right now, honestly. I'm just going off of what I remember, and I mean, he's honestly just a. Is he stronger than Doctor? Yes. Honestly, yeah, he's stronger than Doctor. I'm gonna put him right now. Even though I was just saying that Doctor's like the. Well, I just said he's the middle of the B, right? Did I? If I said the top of the B, my bad. But I think he's in the middle of B, like the average. Now Freddy. Okay, Freddy easily before the whole thing that they did with him, like a month or two ago, or I don't even know how long ago. He would have been like easily D tier. He was garbage. But now he's not too bad actually. He can teleport to gens that have already been completed. He can now use snares and dream pallets. And the dream pallets have a way of actually attacking back if they already know that it's a dream pallet. The snares actually go through walls now, unlike back then. He can teleport. Yeah, I know this. I think he's like right here. Honestly. No, he's literally, yeah, he's literally a better doctor in some ways. Yeah, no, he literally is, in my opinion. I don't know if that's crazy. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think that rework slash buff or whatever actually did make him at least a bit stronger. He actually climbed out of D tier. and that's good. He didn't go to S tier like the first rework that they ever did on him, but hey, this is good enough. Now Pig. Pig I don't know too much about either, honestly. I'm not too informed on her. I don't know if they've done any recent buffs or nerfs on her. I'm gonna have to go off my instinct right now and what I think and my experiences playing her, and honestly, she's alright. I would say probably between Michael Myers and Doctor. Yeah, yeah, I would say so. Now Clown. Shit, Clown is. You know what? I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch race to C. I know that. I don't know that. I don't know if that's crazy. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but I'm gonna switch him to C. So Clown. Clown is actually tricky because he can be pretty nasty because he has like his whole power is just chase, and and he has an insane chase power at that. But then he has no really map mobility. He has no slowdown. But you can compensate that with perks, but I don't know actually. I'm gonna say he's not better than Freddy now, honestly. Not anymore. Freddy actually has way more stuff going for him. No, I'm gonna put him right there. I'm gonna put him right there in between. He's better than Doctor because his power is just so much stronger that it overpowers like all the jack of all trades that Doctor is. But then the jack of all trades of Freddy is so much better no matter what compared to just the one thing that the speciality that the Clown has, in my opinion. Now Spirit. I think Spirit is like probably in between. Yeah, no. Yeah, because they've done a shitload of nerfs to to Spirit. Huntress, at most you could just say that she's gotten outdated and that she's gotten a bit old with the times, but Spirit actually did get a shitload of nerfs with time. So that's why I think that she is probably like slightly weaker than Huntress because she no longer has like a lot of things that helped her a lot. Most survivors, if they have decent headphones and they know what they're doing, they kind of know where she is already. It's just kind of like, what's the point of you even being invisible for the most? I mean, obviously the speed, but that's about it. I mean, if you want speed, might as well just play Billy or something or Blight. But yeah, ever since they added like the directional, which I understand, but you know that kind of makes the invisible kind of useless if you kind of already. And also now the fact that Iron Will came back into the game, like true Iron Will, like 100% Iron Will, not just 75. So like now, and people do run it, which because some people loved it, and including me, I like Iron Will. So yeah, that also brought it down a little bit lower in my opinion. Okay, so Legion. I know Legion got some buffs, but I don't think they ended up doing anything. Still Legion. They didn't give them a chase power or something. Or no, not sorry, not a chase power. A looping power, or like a looping power, basically, like something to compensate once they do everything. Yeah, they help them and like while they're doing like the frenzy, right? But at the end of the day, you still have to M1 them, and that means that you still have to play by the survivors way, that being the pallets and the windows. So yeah, no, I don't think. I still think. Is he? But no, honestly, C tier. I don't know. I mean, I played I think once of buff, quote unquote buff Legion, and I didn't really feel a difference to be honest. But I don't know. That just might have been me. But yeah, I still think bottom of C. But Wraith is way better, infinitely. Plague. No, Plague is like easily better than Huntress in so many ways. So yeah. Yeah, Plague is basically essentially like a better Huntress. Because basically most people, the way that they Plague allows basically the survivors to always be injured at all times if they know what they're doing. And now when a long time ago when they gave her a buff that she now has one corrupted fountain by default. That one, if that Plague knows how to use that one corrupted fountain, and everybody's injured, Oh shit, like stuff is about to go down right there. Crazy how much power. Dude, is she better than Hillbilly? It's because the only thing I would say that maybe Billy trumps her over is like mobility. She can't move. She's 110, but she does have the range for it. Nah, she's not better than Billy. It's just the mobility. Mobility is also something very important. Okay, Ghostface. Ghostface is stealth killers as a whole. They suck. They're That's what I'm a little worried about. Like off topic here, but I'm a little bit worried about Springtrap, and it's the fact that well, Springtrap as a whole, this whole thing, like in FNAF, and is being stealthy, right? And if he's stealthy, most likely gonna suck, hopefully. But I highly doubt he's gonna be someone like Billy or something like Huntress that has like some kind of like ability of like range or something. So he's most likely gonna be a stealth killer. So that is gonna kind of suck. He is most likely gonna be like at most like top mid B. The stealth killers are just not good at all. The way that they build most of them, they suck. I don't know if it's just something more fundamental. Like it's just something that it's just not meant. It's just not good. But yeah, Ghostface sucks. In some ways, he is. No, he's a better. He's a better. He's a better Wraith. And but is he better than Michael Myers? I don't know. Those buffs of Michael Myers, I think, helped him a little bit more. But Ghostface can snowball better. Honestly, I think I'm gonna bring down Michael Myers from. I'm gonna bring him down to top. I think Pig is like the only one. He has a decent chase power now with the blade thing or the roar. She still has like a slowdown. No, yeah, no, yeah, she's better. Yeah, Ghostface is. I'm still trying to debate. I'm probably gonna like once I put all the killers, I'm gonna decide which or if I want to modify anything. But so far, Demo has a pretty good chase power. The dash, the leap, has portals, and has detection with those portals. Basically has one and all. Has everything in all, like a jack of all trades. So it's not bad. Alrighty, so now Oni. I would say that Oni is actually pretty high, but the thing is, the only thing that limits him is the fact that he has to get that hit first. If he does not get that hit, it's like hard. And if survivors know that they're playing against an Oni, they're going to try their hardest to prevent that first hit for as long as possible. Oops. They're gonna try their best to prevent that first hit for as long as possible. But for the most part, he can still snowball like a lot. It's not like yeah, it's not like Billy where Billy already has his power on him no matter what. Unlike but also Oni's, he doesn't have to worry about collision. Obviously Billy has to worry about collision. He has to have a bunch of other factors while using his chainsaw. But the benefit that is that he has it on him all the time. Oni on the other hand doesn't have to worry about too many things, and as a matter of fact can even 180 flick. But it's on a time basis. I think he's probably in between right here. Yeah, because they can still force a lot of scenarios. And she has something. That being that one corrupt fountain. Oni doesn't have anything like that. Like something that like for him to fall back onto. He has nothing. That's why I think that he's that's why I think Plague is slightly better than Oni. Now Deathslinger. Deathslinger is like I know they also say give him some slight numbers buffs a while back ago. He's pretty weak still, but can make him work. Not better than Demo, I'll say that. I'll say probably right here. Is he better than no, he's better than Clown. He's better than Clown actually. Yeah, now with those buffs, yeah. He has a range ability still at the end of the day, but he's obviously I think to me still the weakest. I think honestly, you're gonna make him 115. His power is just not as strong as the other range characters to be like deserving of a 110 in my opinion. His ability can't really even injure or I mean it can injure from afar, but it can't down from afar. They still have to be close to you. Huntress and Plague, for example, can down you from far away, and makes sense why they're 110. Deathslinger can't. He can just reel you in, but he still has to be close. So yeah, I don't think he's deserving of 110. I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't think it is. I think a lot of people would agree that Deathslinger should be 115. Now, Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head is pretty good. Like one of the few killers that has like a base kit way of literally ending the game like immediately. Not ending it, but like I guess getting someone out the game quickly. The more correct statement. But it's rarely done. But I feel like sometimes I'm not a good pyramid head by any means, right? But I feel like good pyramid heads, they can force the survivors to become tormented, like either by like forcing them into like narrow places or like maybe by a pallet or something. So he's better than Hag. He's better than Spirit. He's better than Huntress. That ability to go through walls and everything. No, yeah, I think yeah, I think he's slightly better than Huntress. Just the fact that there's a lot of hitboxes that he basically just completely ignores because his chase power goes through walls. While Huntress, on the other hand, has to deal with those walls, and not only that, she has a very blocky hitbox with that hatchet, which sometimes it benefits you, but sometimes it can also be a downside when it's such a blocky or like more like very big circularly hitbox. Okay, up next is Blight. All right, up next is Blight. So Blight is obviously S tier. He's at the top no matter what. He's basically second. Even with the add-ons, nerf, and everything, he's still really good. And the only reason I would say he's better than Billy is just because he has the power to redirect, something that Billy cannot do. Billy can only redirect for like a second. Obviously, Blight has the ability to redirect essentially 4 times in a row if he really wanted to. Mind you, he doesn't injure. I mean, he doesn't down like Billy, but he can still redirect. So that's why I think he is better than Billy right now. Now, Twins. Twins is actually pretty strong, but they're also a buggy mess that no one plays. But we're not going off of that. We're not going off of people that thing. But we're just going off their, their potential, right? And they're actually pretty annoying. Victor is pretty hard to not get hit by him. And the fact that they could basically be 2 places, not at once. Well, I guess you could say at once, but it's just the fact that the player can just choose to teleport to either or whenever they want. So yeah, no, I think better than Hag actually is in most cases, because Hag has to go set up. Twins does not have to set up. Better than Spirit, I would say. Because they have the mobility, that being like, oh, I could just leave Charlotte like in over here, and then I'll just be with what's his name, Victor. Mess around with Victor, and then oh, I'm back with Charlotte. That's basically mobility. They also have a lot of snowball potential that is already there. Honestly, in between Plague and Oni, because one criteria that I think is better than Oni already has the snowball potential in their base kit. Like that being like they don't have to wait for anything to happen. Oh, like I said, Oni has to basically get a first hit, and that hinders them a lot. Trickster. Okay, Trickster is... Now, if I was about to say the weakest killer, I forgot Deathslinger's not the weakest. That's actually Trickster, actually. Trickster's actually the weakest. I forgot the MF existed. He's probably like right here. Hombre, not even. Like right there, I would say. I thought at first I used to think that if you played him like the most annoying way, like he'd still be stronger than Slinger, but then I also realized that Slinger also has like a really annoying way of basically getting people like ignoring the BT, the borrow time, the base kit BT. And then I realized that his Slinger's is way more effective. Yeah, not only that, he's way more map dependent than than all of these, than everybody in front of him. He cannot get. He's even tile dependent to a certain degree because a lot of tiles do, even a lot of maps do already have some tiles that are high walls. GG's on that. You're not going to be able to use your power as effectively. Oh, but if you're in a tile that's like low wall, like a rock or something, like a low rock, oh yeah, you're gonna be able to get them easily, right? Nemesis, Nemesis is actually pretty strong. I know that did they give him some buffs recently, or let me actually I'm curious now because I do think they gave him some buffs because yeah. Alrighty, so yes, I was right. I knew they actually did like a numbers change on Nemesis a while back, and no wonder I was like, he feels way better, like in such a good way. Like this was such a good numbers change that I honestly think it brought him up. He probably was like B. See high A though. It's because yeah, the fact that it made it easier for him to tear up. It gave him range on his tentacle, and it reduced his cooldown. And it also actually made the I forgot it made the hinder ability that it gives you, or like when he hits somebody with a tentacle, actually do something. Unlike back then, it did nothing. Base Kid did nothing, and then Liquor Tongue did nothing at all. And now I think Base Kid does a lot, and then if you put Liquor Tongue, it's even worse. Like, well, for the survivors, that is, right? So, hard to say. Be better than Pyramid Head, because Pyramid Head is one that they compare. Like, people like to compare them both. I feel like now Nemesis just has like raw power now. I would say probably on top of Wesker. I mean, not Wesker, my bad. I don't know why I said Wesker. Probably because of Resident Evil. But yeah, I would say I'm on top of Pyramid Head. But he still requires a build up. Mind you, it was lessened, but he still requires a build up. And it's not as bad as Oni. Well, it's worse than Oni's build up in my opinion, because Oni all he has to do is just get one hit. Mind you, but also Nemesis way of getting a first hit with a tentacle is relatively easy, but he also has to get multiple. Oni just has to get one good hit and he gets his power, and if that Oni locks in, you'll get a down or two. No, yeah, Oni's still better in my opinion. Cenobite. Well, actually, I forgot. Cenobite is no longer in the game anymore, so he's kind of like now previously demo. Basically, only people who had him before, but I would say he's actually pretty good. Um, meh, chase power, but if you learn the box logic and all that stuff, you can be a pain in the ass for the survivors. That's why I'm like, hmm. The only reason I would put him below Bubba is just because Bubba has the ability of like just instantly breaking pallets and just making the whole area a dead zone. He does, Cenobite does not have any of that, so he just has a meh chasing power. But that box logic, his slowdown is insane. His global slowdown. Alrighty, artists. No, okay. I have played against some good artists, and holy crap, they make it look so easy. But then when I play artists, it's like literally like, what the actual hell? Like, I cannot play. I don't know how they play it. It is really hard to play artists, but if you get her down, she's pretty good. Better than Plague. I think she is. I think she is just because she can actually injure. If you use the birds in the right loops, in the right areas and everything, you can actually down with your power. Unlike, well, I know Plague can too, but she only has one shot, and if the like only one shot if the survivors know what they're doing, right? And they don't like go heal from the fountain. But if they do, then are we? We're not gonna factor in those survivors because at that point that's just an easy win. Because I mean, survivors that don't know what they're doing, basically all these killers are like S tier. And even with Trapper, because if they don't, they'll just run into traps and get themselves like trapped. So that's why I have to factor in that the survivors at least know the counters of these killers and will put up a fair fight, if not even more. So yeah, I think artist is pretty insane still, even if the survivors do know her counters and everything. Sadako, holy, I'm gonna be truthfully honest with y'all. Like this time for real. Uh I don't even know what the hell is Sadako anymore. Like she went through so many changes and like in such a short span. I don't even know what she does anymore. From my general understanding, I think it's just that this is really weird because I think they buffed her to be really strong. Then people didn't like that she was strong. She was strong, but she was boring. Then they brought her down, made her really weak. People didn't like that, and then they brought her up again, but just that middle ground between being not that strong and boring, but still being kind of fun and not too strong. I don't know, but Sadako's a mess. I don't know where to rate her. I wish it was just like a tier right here that says like, oh, like I don't know because I don't know where to put her. I mean, she has good map potential. She has no chase power. No, I'm gonna put her like maybe right here. Yeah, yeah. No, Freddy's better than her. Cenobite is better. Yeah, debatable if she's better than Slinger, but it's up there. Because she still can get somebody out the game pretty quickly. I know, but there has to be a lot of factors too, right? But and the survivor basically has to be like, I don't know, Patrick or something. But yeah. Now Dredge. I know Dredge also got some nasty buffs, and I know one of them was the fact that they literally reduced his ability. Like they reduced his noise. That was so good. And I don't know what else they did. I forgot. But just the fact that they did that alone, single-handedly made him so much better. It's crazy. He used to be so loud. You could literally hear him from a mile away, even when he was in Nightfall. You can hear like the clunking, like I don't know how to explain the noise. I mean, if you know, right? It was just very like he was very loud, even when he was quote unquote undetectable. Um, he starts teleportation. He has a decent chase power. He has like an event that being like the Nightfall, like a passive event that benefits him. Fuck. I think he's right there. He's better than Spirit. Because honestly, I think his chase power alone is better. Oh no, his chase power is not better. Well, no, maybe in some cases it is because he has the ability to either choose to stay where he is, but currently, or he can go back to his original position. Obviously, Spirit can't do that. She has to keep moving, and when she gets out, she's just gonna come back where she is in her wherever she was in her spirit, like in her spirit world. So no, I think it is better. I mean, I think he can also technically hold it indefinitely. Mind you, he's also slow. He's not like Spirit who moves super fast. But then he also has mobility. He also has stealth now. So yeah, no, I think he is better than Spirit in my opinion. Or it's more like it, or just like a thing. Wesker, Wesker, they actually did a couple nerfs to him. I know they made his they kind well, I'm not gonna say not necessarily that they made it a joke, but they did kind of make his infection kind of a joke. It's just like I think they reduced it by like 3 points. It used to be 8, now it's like 5. 5 is still a thing, right? Like that you could still feel it, but a lot of survivors could just be like, I'm just gonna tank it. I'll be okay. He obviously has the ability that he could still insta down you, right? But um, mm, people have also gotten better at countering Wesker. I mean, that goes for almost all the, well, except like the really recent characters. But I feel like if this tier list was made back like in 2022, Wesker would be pretty high because people still didn't know. But like now people know. People are now aware of text, which I love that about Wesker too. A lot of text with him. that significantly up his potential if you know them. Like Uru Bending, Hug Tech, what's another one? Skinny Bird. There's just so many techs on him. I think he's probably one of the characters with the most amount of techs. I probably didn't even name all of them. Probably more that people have found over the time that he's been out. And I feel like those techs alone. I know that when you think about it, a lot of other killers don't have like techs like Wesker's. An example, I guess an example would be like Billy's low pro tech, even though it's like nowhere near as deadly as it used to be. But it's still a technique. You can still technically do it right now. It's a tech, but it doesn't up his value anymore as it used to back then. I feel like Wesker's techs still do bring value and potentially increase his lethality. So honestly, I don't know. This is no, I don't think so. I mean, I think most people have the general consensus that Wesker is in the ace tier. It's just about where exactly he is in the A tier. Is he better than? Oh, he's for sure better. He's for sure better than Hag. He's for sure better than Spirit. He's for sure better than Spirit. I mean, than Dredge. For sure better than Huntress. Better than Nemesis. That's hard to say because now the buffs that they gave to Nemesis, and also it's a lot of. But no, that no. I'm gonna I'm gonna say right here. I think, yeah, I think he's like the middle of A tier, in my opinion. Not like low A, but not high A, in my opinion. Yeah. Right. I know they give him some buffs as well. I've been saying that. That's like my line for this video. Like I know that, oh, they're giving them some buffs, and I'm like, that's great. I mean, that's good though. That's good because a lot of killers do need buffs. So that's actually good that I guess I'm saying that behavior at least tries to make some of these killers more bearable. But Knight, I think those buffs didn't help out too much, and I think also like the rework or whatever. Like I would say probably a better clown just because he can. No, no, clown is still better. No, shit, he's still no, yeah. I just keep bringing him down. The more I keep thinking about it, I just keep bringing him down more. Yeah. No, yeah, yeah. He's for sure better than Pig. Yeah, in most cases, I would say. You know what? I'm actually gonna bring down Trickster. I'm already doing it right now. Yeah. Skull Merchant. Skull Merchant. I know that they want to give her a rework, but right now she's like really fucking shit. Let's say probably like right here. I mean, she's boring to play against, and now she's guttered. Oh shit! Who the hell's playing her now? Yeah, no, hell no. Still better than Trapper though. I would say, maybe. Shit, I don't know. That might be a hot take. I don't even know, but um, Singularity. Singularity is easily like. I don't know if this is a hot take as well, but honestly, I think he's honestly like right here. Honestly, if you had said this like literally like before all the buffs they started giving him, yeah, I would say he's probably like low A, maybe even high B. Oops, that's my phone. I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, I think he's like, and before these buffs, I would say he was like maybe like low A, high B, but now like they gave him a bunch of buffs and then like a slight like rework where like now the survivors are extremely slow when they're using the EMPs. The EMPs don't get produced as much. He has base kit Soma photo, or like a mini version of base kit Soma's family photo, which basically just means that uh he now moves faster while in overclock. He has an insane mobility. He can technically also play really scummy if he wanted to. Like he just has a lot of things going for him. Or more like it. Once again, I don't know. I guess because maybe the voice of Singularity sounds more like a male, so that's why I assume I call it a he, but it's actually just an it. It's not a doesn't have a doesn't have a gender. But yeah, that's besides the point. I don't know why we're focusing on Singularity. Singularity's thing. Anyways, Alien. I know I don't really care for Alien. I'm not gonna lie. But that goes for like most of these killers. I only care about Billy for the most part because that's my thing. But Singularity though. I mean not Singularity. Sorry, Alien or Xenomorph. I know that they were gonna go through with some nerfs in the PTB, and then I saw like a bunch of things of people like outcrying like, no, it's gonna be so bad, and I think they just reverted it for the most part. I don't think it went through. I'm gonna go off of that. I'm too lazy to go check it. Oh, actually, I can just check it right now. I forgot I had the Nemesis one. Alrighty, so yeah, I think they didn't fully go through with all the terrible PTB changes. I think they only went through with some of them because of just the huge outcry that there was with that before it even got to live. So I'm just gonna basically go off of what it was. I don't think he changed too much, honestly, from then. I would say he's probably like similar to Singularity. I still think Singularity is better. Now Singularity's EMPs feel they don't like the EMPs feel just kind of like a little like a little rock on your shoe, but like I feel like for the most part, Singularities like the fire turrets, it's more like a big ass rock on your shoe that you kind of do have to deal with, and that is going to continuously annoy you. And there's not much you can do about it. Unlike Singularity, for the most part, you can put pods or cameras around the boxes and like maybe try the survivors to stop them from using it or something like that. Yeah, no, I think he's not better. I would say probably like right here. I would say still, yeah, I would say not too bad, not too still A in my opinion. Still relatively strong character. Chucky, wow. I think I was about a P100 him when he used to have like a bunch of text on him. I liked when he first came out. I really liked all the text that there was, and like I felt like okay, there's something new to learn and everything. Then they got him. Then they started removing all that, and then they started nerfing him because he had a really annoying playstyle, which is just a scam brain. And now he's kind of just like meh, honestly. I would say not too strong, but he's not too weak. He may not have like mobility, but his chase power is still pretty insane. He basically gets free hits like so easy still. And he's mostly just yeah. Actually actually no, I'm gonna put him right after Spirit because I was thinking I was like, well, Spirit also gets like a shitload of free hits just because of her power, and she basically just has to wait for her cooldown to come back so she can do it again, right? And I'm like, Chucky is basically that to a certain degree, but just ever so slightly better than Spirit. So no, yeah, I'm gonna put him right on top of Spirit. Unknown, shit, I don't know Unknown. I think Unknown is pretty good. I'm gonna put him right above Huntress. I think he still might be a better Huntress now. Yeah, he's basically a better Huntress. He has mobility, yeah. Yeah, he has mobility, that being the teleports and the fact that like, yeah. No, yeah. He's a better Huntress in most cases. Vecna. Oh, I don't like Vecna, honestly. I think his cooldowns are way too long. Yes, I know he has like 4 things all at once, but his cooldowns are so long. It's not even funny. Like you use the hand and you basically can't use it for like what 20 seconds or 25 seconds. I don't even know, but it's a really long time. But I know that if they were to buff those cooldowns, he would come pretty strong. I'm gonna say probably like right here. They like better than Bubba for sure. Dracula, dude, Dracula's pretty good. Dracula has a better spirit power, and on top of that, he has like a mini Wesker power, which one could say is no, Wesker's is still better, but um, it's still a mini power. And then he also has something Pyramid Head like that is strong. The Hellfire, dude, he's pretty strong. Like I'm gonna put him like right here. I'm gonna put him right here. I think he's pretty strong. He's a jack of all trades, but his jack of all trades are strong. That's the thing with jack of all trade characters. You buff jack of all trades, and they basically have like a better ability than a lot of the other speciality. That being spirit, he has a better spirit power, infinitely. He has a decent enough wolf form, whatever, which is like honestly not too much. That's honestly like not that much worse than Wesker's, and maybe to even some people it could be seen as better than Wesker's, which I highly doubt it. But maybe if you really play Dracula a lot, maybe it will be better. He also has the Hellfire, which is like a little thing that he took from Pyramid Head, that being the ability to go through like a charged ability that can go through walls. But doesn't go through walls as good as Pyramid Head. But then if you combine the fact that he has the wolf form and then the bat form, that makes him better than literally Wesker, Pyramid Head, and Spirit. So yeah, I think that he deserves to be there, honestly. Houndmaster, holy, I did not play. I didn't play her. Not only that, she was, when I did want to play her, she was literally like kill switch for like I don't even know for how long. And when it just got me off of her, I'm like, too boring. Just rather play Deathslinger. I don't know. I don't know where I haven't played. I could say that I played almost every other character here a decent bunch. I cannot say that for Houndmaster. I did not play her at all. I just literally just unlocked her, got her perks, boom, got the hell out. Not even that, I think, because right now I'm trying to save up for Springtrap. I didn't even do that. I didn't think the perks were that worth it to begin with, too. Dude, honestly, I think no, yeah, no, like I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like I'm gonna say like right here. I don't know if that's crazy, but yeah, I don't know those. She's still super clunky. The dog is clunky as hell. Dude, just use literally any other ranged character, and you'll probably well except Trickster, that is better than Trickster still without a doubt, but not better than Slinger, honestly. And most certainly not better than Huntress or or Pyramid Head or anybody or Unknown. I don't know. That's a hot take. I could be outdated on this, but mind you, I've also haven't played Master to even give my own evaluation. So this one's like actually a complete throw in the dark, basically. Now, Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, I did play him and I did realize he was pretty strong, but then they slightly nerfed him. He's kind of getting like the Billy effect, where like they realize holy shit, he's actually pretty strong, but then they give him like minor nerves that will slowly like bring him into place. But I think right now he's still top of S or like low S. I'll probably give him in the span of a couple months. I'll probably give him like another little mini nerf, and he'll probably go down to probably being like either around Billy's level. Is that wait no? Is that crazy to say? Yeah, because I did play him, but I didn't play him when the nerfs. I kind of just gave up on him once they gave him like those mini nerfs. But when he was like I played like launch Tokyo Ghoul and he was insane, like literally. I still think he's top 3. Um Now let me just go ahead and review all of these really quickly. Billy, I don't know if that's crazy to say though. I remember seeing some tier lists and people like put him obviously in A tier, but I don't think he's a top of A tier for a lot of people. I'm saying I could be biased here, maybe because I'm just a. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I just think I'm pretty good at Billy. So that's why I feel like, wait, Billy's pretty good, but like to a lot of people, he might not be that good because it's dedicated, well, a big chunk of time in order to be that good, right? Because like an artist main or like a singularity main could put him at the top of A, but just because they know them a lot. You know what I mean? Shit, even as Wesker main could be putting him at A tier, top of A, because they know all the techs and everything. But I just think Billy overall does he is top 5 worthy in my opinion. And that chainsaw's just like a 3 and he's like the master of jack of all trades when you think about it. That chainsaw is a chase power, mobility power, a slowdown if you think about it. It's a 3-in-1. Like literally, it's a really good power, and like honestly, they cooked. I'm me writing behavior way too much for that. Okay, yeah. Crazy how Spirit fell, at least to me. I feel like in a lot of people's tier list, Spirit did fall like from grace. She used to be top 3, and now she's like literally like shit. I think even to some people maybe top B, but I think for most people she's like mid A, low A. So yeah, I think that's my tier list. I feel like it's gonna be so obvious that like I only play one character for the most part, and that I don't really play the other characters all that much. Before Billy, I did play like a variety of all of them for the most part, but then they get buffs and everything, so it's just like if you're not necessarily upkeeping with those, you're still on that outdated information, so there's just a lot of things. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be going back to normal videos. I did say a while back, well, my previous videos that I wanted to do a singularity video, so hopefully yeah, I'll be doing that soon. That'll probably be my next one. It's just that my PC breaking and everything that kind of just like discombobulated me. Like it just threw me out of proportion. Like I already had this whole thing planned and said, and my PC broke, and then I just like boom, I was like I was out. I was basically out the internet for a week. So I was just like, oh shit, like let me get my groove back. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one, chaps. Goodbye.